Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed fight night. And on the left-hand side, we have Zoro, and on the right, we have Kinemon, of course. And we're gonna start us off here with Zoro dropping that buggy, searching for an event card, which is gonna be that Whitebeard Pirates card, passing turn to the Kinemon. Using Kinemon's ability here to reduce the cost of this Shinobi. Shinobi is a 3/5 vanilla and passing turn. So now Zoro, of course, has his 3 Dawn. What are we going to see? We're going to see, it looks like we're going to see an aggressive play here, swinging 5k into life, and it looks like we're probably going to counter out of this, and then we see a 6k into life. He does take it, but quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is DXN Outpost, DXN Provisions, the only place where I get all my sealed product, and right now OP05 is open for pre-orders, so if you're interested in any of that great stuff, check the link down below. So we see a 5k swing going into that buggy, going down, and we see a 5k going into life, and Zoro's going to go ahead and take it, dropping the Okiku for 2 costs, and then playing the Bonnie for 1, and searching top 5 for a Supernova card. Let's see exactly what we're going to do. I see that Punk Gibson in hand, but it looks like we're going to grab that Law, actually. Of course, Law is such a good card. So let's see here what exactly Zoro is going to do. Is he going to try to clear board here, or is he going to try to... Maybe he's at 5. If he has a 5 cost Marco, that could be really great for him. But we do see that Fire Fist in hand. Such a good card to get rid of bodies in green. Especially with the combination of Gordon or possibly Otama. We see a 5k swing going into that Shinobi's encounter out of it, and it looks like we're gonna see the Makino coming down, bumping it up to 5k, swinging at the Shinobi once again, and now Kinemon player has to decide, am I gonna keep draining cards out of my hand here? I guess he's already decided that he's not gonna kill this Bonnie, so it feels kind of safe, right? So let's see exactly what this Kinemon player is going to do. He's going to counter out of it, and yes, we see the Fire Fist getting rid of those 2 lethal cards. Obviously, Bonnie just being a resource card, but dropping that Izo from Zoro to grab a Marco. Izo is such a good card. Being able to grab a 2k counter, a blocker, or possibly some sort of big body plus removal. Too good. So we see a 5k swing going into life. Zoro is going to take it, and we see the nasty Krieg coming down, trashing 1 card to pop 2 4 cost or lower suspended cards, and of course it does have double attack. So Curly's playing here, searching for the top 5 for a 1 cost red character. Let's see what we have. We have the Magra, or we have the Izo in hand. I imagine we go for the Izo here, just having additional search. You know, going 0 on that is pretty good. And yes, we do grab that Izo. More 1 cost bodies, more cards in our hand. What else do we not like here? And we're gonna go ahead and grab the 2k counter Jozu. And with 4 open Dawn, are we going to see more? We're going to see a 5k swing going into life. Kinemon's going to take it. He only had 2 cards in hand to begin with, and now we see the Marco coming down. Now the 4 cost Marco is great, but we are at 3 life as a Zoro player, so we're unable to block essentially because he can't come back. So if we're going to see a 9k swing with Krieg, and we have to take it or counter out of it. That is 3 cards out of Zoro's hand at minimum, and yes, we see 3 Jozus coming down. Extremely good 5k counter going into life. And do we see a trigger? Yes, Fire Fist popping that Shinobi. 5k going into life here. Is Zoro going to counter out of it or take it going down to 1 life? Yes, 2k counter, and yes, we do see Kinemon sitting at 7 Dawn up? 6 Dawn up, I can't count. Let's see exactly what he wants to do. I know he has the Okiku coming down for 2 costs, of course. Once again, the return of the Okiku, and we're gonna pass actually with 4 open Dawn. That's a lot. That's a lot of open Dawn to have. So I imagine we see the Punk Gibson of some sort, but we see a 5k swing going into life, ignoring the Krieg. So he does take it, and now we have the Buggy searching top 5 for an event card. No beam. Wow, okay, so we're gonna actually pass on the beam for now. Maybe feeling really safe to grab that Fire Fist. wants nothing to do with that Okiku, just because if it suspends the Marco, he can just swing Krieg into life, double attack, and then the rest of the power going into that Kinemon. So I do understand the logic here, but unfortunately with Fire Fist, we're gonna have to get rid of that guard point, and it looks like, yeah, we're gonna do so. Getting rid of the guard point to get rid of the Okiku. We're gonna swing 5k going into life. Kinemon, does he want to take it? He only has like 3 cards in hand right now, and yes, he does take it going out of 1. We see a 7k swing going into life. At this point, we just take it all, right? I mean, we're down now. Let's just keep going. So Kinemon, how are we doing here? We're at our Tendon turn. We have our Krieg, of course there's that blocker. We need to suspend him, go for life, or do we have enough time to just pick off our bodies and pick off our Zoro's bodies and then just kind of slowly work our way back? Now, of course, we have cards that make our leader unblockable there, that being Zoro. So let's see here if we can find something off of that Bonnie, grabbing that Scratch Manapu, which is of course a 2k counter supernova card, and we see it looks like he has that law from searched earlier. So we're gonna swing 5k into that Curly. It does go down, and now it looks like we probably gonna see the law coming down. Yes, dropping law to bring back that Bonnie. What are we gonna replace instead of that Bonnie in place of it? It looks like we're gonna do Killer. Yes, Killer. Most likely attaching 1. Yes. And now if he tries to go for Krieg or go for life, he can block it and draw an extra card. So now we see Zoro coming up here, of course, with Tendon, and Kinemon does have 2 active, and we see the Marco coming down just to pop that Killer, denying the draw card, and we see a 5k swing going into life, kind of baiting that leader here. And yes, we're gonna see the 1k counter coming down. We see a 5k swing going into that Kinemon. We're gonna block with law here. I mean, we still have 2 up, right? So if he has Punk Gibson, he could definitely use it to rest the Marco. And now we're gonna block here with 6k, 7k swing going into life. And we have a couple of 2ks in hand, which is going to be that Carrot as well as that Chopper. And now Zoro is tapped out and he's going to pass turn. So Zoro living, Kinemon living for another day here. And now we're back at the same question. Do we clear bodies on the board or do we go for game here? And we're going to swing 7 into that 3, 5 into the 2, and we're going to see the Bonnie coming down, and we're gonna grab that law, of course, that 5-cost law, and we see the 5-cost law coming down once again, grabbing back the Bonnie to replay the Bonnie, searching top 5 for a supernova. Does he have a Capone or possibly another killer? And no, we whiff on the Bonnie. You hate to see it, but we're gonna pass actually with 2 active Dawn, threatening once again, hey, I might have Punk Gibson, just to let you know. So let's see if that changes. Now, does Zoro go for game here? Yes, we have 2 blockers, but we have 0 life on Kinemon's side here. If we do the math correctly, could we just swing for game? Let's see. Of course, laws are at 6k, so we're gonna have to make him a little beef here. So we see a 7k swing going into life here. And we're gonna block it, and then we're gonna see the Paradise coming down. Unfortunately, the idea of going for game is dead now. Restanding that law is so good. Maybe should have gone for 8 there. I'm not too sure, but we're gonna see a 9k swing going into life, blocking it with that. Of course, with that law, and then we see another 5-cost Marco coming down, popping that Bonnie, and we see the Ezo. He top decked the Ezo. We see 9k swing going into life. Now, mind you, this is double attack. He only has 1 card in hand, 2 cards in hand now. Now he brings out the last card, and now we just see probably a 9k swing going into life. And yes, 9k swing going into life. And he only has 4k, and that's game. So Kinemon does take it. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP03 content coming out soon. See ya!